Hello, here's a quick tutorial. Never done this before, so please bear with me. A quick tutorial how to make a pocket organizer. Now it's just a nice simple way of carrying all the stuff you carry around without having to either have a keychain or those bulky belt pocket things. And also, not having everything else loose in your pocket. It's also quite nice. You can put your pen in there. Headphones, pen knife. I carry also a peanut lighter for fire. Just a simple peanut lighter. Small flashlight. I also carry my business cards, my key, if very needed, my key fob. Also carry my iPod. What's great about this system that you make in your own is that you can choose whatever length you want in between the laces. So I wanted to put my cards in here, so I made it twice as big, and I wanted to also put my iPod in here, so I made it, also my keys, my iPod connector, headphones, just the usual stuff. And what's great is that it doesn't fall around, there's no bulk, you can make whatever size you want, and really it's, in my opinion, the best way for me to carry the stuff without having to carry lots of shit with you. It's pretty thin. Here's, for comparison, here's Nexus 4. You can see it's about the same size. But again, you can make it any size you want, and I'm going to show you how to do this. Some elastic. I bought 3 meters from eBay for £2.50, and that's how I made mine. This is the excess. You need a stapler, cutter, optional duct tape or whatever you want to call it, measuring tape, scissors, and also you'll need, most importantly, a piece of cardboard. And the way you do it is you kind of measure what size you want. Now this is 20 millimeters, which is about just under an inch, so 20 mil. So if I wanted to make one that's about 3, then I'd measure 60 mil. So it's about there. 60 mil. I'm not sure I'm going to have enough, but so I want to make one that's 60 by 60, so 3 and 3. This is tiny to show you guys how it's done. So that's it. That's cut. 6 by 6. You can throw away the excess. Now the reason why I said the tape is optional, it's because it depends how well you want it rounded. I mean, here it's nicely rounded, but here it's quite rough. So what I do is I use this amazing invention to just cover the corners. Got the excess. That should do it. Right, now here comes the tricky part, and you might want to do it some trial and error on this. You need to basically find out how much tape you want to use, so it's not loose but it's not too tight, because you still have to put stuff in there, so you don't want it too tight. What I do is I cut it to perfection first, so that's about there. So that's about right. And then I cut a little bit off. So that now it kind of has to reach, but it's not too bad. What I then do is, well, actually, what we can do is mark it here, and now we have the length. So now what we do is very simple. We get the stapler and we staple them together here. I use 3 or 4, but really you probably don't need that much, mainly for peace of mind. There you go, as you can see it's really strong. And what you do is you then put it around your thing, and as you can see it's stretching a little bit, but that's good. That means it's working. And now what you have to do is repeat. So once you're finished, you'll end up with something like this. That's what it looks like in the front, that's what it looks like at the back. And the next bit is a little trickier. So you got another one, same size as before, making sure it's the same side. And what you do is, now here's the tricky part, and here's where you can customize, like I showed you earlier. You can skip under and over to make one as double, or you can make triple or quadruple if you're going to make a huge one for your tools. You just go under for the first one, then over, then under again, and you do the same thing underneath. So I'm going to go over, and this one's going to go under. Now here's a little bit of the tricky part. What I do is I've moved the middle one a little bit out of the side. It's good if you have a bit of patience with this. And you now have to staple this together. Which seems like it's hard, but it's actually not so hard, because especially if you've left enough room. That's 1, 2, 3. That's about right. Because this one's really small, it doesn't have as much flex, so if you use the bigger one, it'd actually be easier than this too. So that's one of them done. And you do the same with the rest. Ooh, looks like I'm going to have just about enough. You do the same thing, but the opposite. So this one goes under, over, under. And the same for this one goes under, over, and then this one goes under. Don't worry about seeing the staplers, because the good thing about this is that you can always move them around and hide them. So hey, there's no more staples. This one, we're gonna have it under. This one should be easier because it's not hidden underneath. Dun, dun, dun. Now I just made this up on the go, so you might find better ways of doing this. Stitching would be amazing if you could stitch these two together on a sewing machine. But as my username shows, it's all about getting the best result with the least amount of effort. That's about right. So that's the second one. As you can see, we're nearly there. This side's looking good, this one's nearly hidden. Okay, thanks for watching, and any questions, just post them below. Thanks.